Tonight, it's a very sad revelation that I made to myself. But as strong as I tried to be with things that have happened in my life, and with the one thing that I do believe, and the one thing that I believe in more than any other, I believe that when you ask God for something in life, He'll give it to you. I also believe that the doorway to heaven is through Jesus, and I believe in all this. But I take a very different approach because I don't want to insult. I do not want to infringe upon. I don't want to sit there and be like these people that go to church all the time that don't believe in God, or they do believe in Him. 1 minute they're praying, the next minute they're sinning. My entire life, has revolved around arguing and fighting with a belief system of my family, a belief system of my own. And one of the things I've always come to realize is, I do believe in God and I do believe in Jesus. But every time I've needed Him and every time I've asked for help, I've felt it in my heart. I felt who I am, And then I find others that are kind of similar belief system as me, and I don't mind talking to them about it. I don't mind bringing it up with them. And I know that I've been challenged. I know that God challenges me because there's different Bible scriptures that pop into my head that I could never remember when I was younger, and I remember now. And it's really funny because I sit there and I pray and I just always ask for understanding. I just ask for guidance, And there's not a time that I've ever been turned down or turned away, Through the Son, you get to the Father, Through Jesus, you get to the God. And, you can pray just to God. But I always tell everybody, and this is the honest to God truth, I fight God like a parent. I fight Jesus like a brother. Always arguing, always debating, always questioning. And we're not supposed to do that, but I do it all the time. And it's funny because I get these little challenges in front of me, and we always think we can take on the challenges, and everybody looks at me like, man, you're so successful, or man, you're a great father. And I've always asked God to make sure that that I can be half the father to my daughter that I am, that my father is to me. And it's funny, it's because I know I've been put in positions in my life to where I never want anybody to look upon me like, oh, he's great, I don't wear suits and ties because I don't want to appear like I'm better than anybody else, that I've got the same challenges as everybody else. I probably have more challenges, and I probably keep half my challenges private because I don't ever want to be judged. And sure enough, I get put a challenge in front of me. I've been in the Marines, I got home safe. I've been in college, I got home safe. I lost my church. In some cases, I've lost my family. Not all of them. I had to fight hard for my daughter, but you know what? Each time I fought, I always asked God to help me. I always believed that Jesus and God were right beside me. I believed that my guardian angel's fighting on one shoulder, the devil on my other shoulder. I do daily reflections because I feel that it's something that people needed to hear. I know that people need to know they matter. And I always ask God, should I do them? Then along comes the situation. I always think I'm prepared for every situation. And it's funny because this time I'm beating myself up about it because this is the one time I actually believe that I was put a challenge in front of me. Somebody was put in front of me, put in my path, so I could find out what my reaction would be. How strong of a person am I? They just finally found Jesus in their life. They finally found Jesus. Here I am, a person that's had miracle after miracle happen to him, and kind of like David, all these times, give up hope, get hope again. Give up hope, get hope again. But I believe it. This one time, I was put a simple task in front of me. Somebody found Jesus. They're brand new. They don't know where to go. They don't know where to start. All right. All of a sudden, my head, it pops into my head. I needed to give them a certain book. The book I read all the time. The Giver. Or not The Giver. The Dream Giver. By Bruce Wilkinson. Okay. I read a couple passages. It relates to my cause. I'm all set to go. All right, great. Everything's in order. So I make my journey to where I need to be. And I got so nervous. I forgot to ask for help. I forgot that I was there for a reason. I forgot that Jesus was right next to me. I forgot the little sensation in my heart. It wasn't the butterflies. It was God saying, look, this person needs your help. They're not dying physically. They're dying inside to where they need somebody to help them. And they've already got a spark, and he wanted me to go help. And I forgot everything. I got to my mission, and I failed. I had one mission. I had one goal. And I put myself first instead of God. I put myself first, and I lost all train of thought. I put my needs of myself above the needs of the other person. And I failed. And I couldn't figure out why I failed. I couldn't even figure out what I was doing wrong. I didn't realize I wasn't asking God for help. I wasn't looking at Jesus for, what am I doing wrong? I was looking at, oh man, I must have really blew it this time. Oh, I must have failed on this one. Oh, and then all of a sudden I realized I got the book right there. But I stowed it away. A friend of mine died, and I was thinking about how great this friend was to me. And I forgot my purpose. I forgot the mission God put in front of me. He put a couple other obstacles in, knowing how easy it is for me to get distracted by everything else going on. And I failed somebody that needed me. They don't know they needed me. They don't need me. They need God. But I was a messenger, and I didn't deliver the message. I was the disciple in the garden when Jesus prayed to cut off the ear of a Roman soldier. I was the disciple that went hiding because I was so scared of my own shadow that I forgot everything that I was ever taught. And this one was so obvious. It was the writing on the wall. The person had a Bible. They told me they were reading. Here I am sitting there saying how bad people are. They go to church, they don't pray. I wasn't thinking about the person. I was thinking about my own self. I would have told her. I would have told them to read certain, look, if you read these scriptures, these will be great for you. You may not understand this one just yet, but everything is for a purpose. Everything you read in there, you've got to put yourself into. It's written by a man's hand through God's word. Now, some things may be hard to understand, or some things may be putting in there as an analogy. I quoted Jonas and the whale. Yet there's no other whale, it just says big fish. That was stupid of me. You know, I failed my one mission that I was given. And I feel it. Somebody needed me tonight, and they needed me to be a beacon or some kind of, and instead I was the very thing that I always tell everybody not to be. I was the negative person. I was the person that was so consumed with who I am that I wasn't worried about who they were. Yet the person's actually important. They actually mean a great deal. And when I left, I was overjoyed and I realized I failed at my mission. I failed at the one thing I was supposed to do. It wasn't about me. And it shouldn't have been about me. And it wasn't about me. And I failed. Religion to me is about belief and about feeling it in your heart. And the one person that came to me and let me know that they felt it in their heart, I turned a blind eye to. Because I got so used to all the fakes in the world. All the people that I didn't see somebody that was actually reaching out. What kind of God-fearing man am I that I can't even see when somebody is actually finally taking their first steps towards something that's great, that I've believed in my entire life, that I've prayed for every single day of my life, that I have freaking been in hell and back, and I got through it. Yet, I was the first person to turn them away. What do you do to that? Boy, it's funny how you realize that at the last time, at the moments when you don't. It's hard to realize it sometimes. So, I failed. I still want to give them that book, though. I still want them to know that they're on the right path. Now I got to figure out a way to do it.